steakhouse in Manhattan once removed the dollar signs from its menu. No prices went up, no prices went down. The only thing that changed was a tiny symbol next to each number. And within weeks, customers were spending more per visit than they ever had before. That one detail, a symbol most people never even notice, is the tip of something much bigger. Restaurant menus are not lists of food. They are behavioral maps, built by people who understand exactly how your brain makes decisions before you've even opened the cover. Most of us think we choose what to order. We scan the page, we think about what we're hungry for, we pick something, we move on. It feels like a free decision. But the menu was never neutral. Every restaurant that survives more than a year has, in some way, engineered that page to move your eyes, shape your mood, and quietly raise the size of your bill. Here's what most people believe. Menus are just organized by category: appetizers, mains, desserts. For convenience. Simple, logical, harmless. But that belief falls apart the moment you look at where the most expensive item on the page actually sits. In most menus, there's one dish priced dramatically higher than everything else. A $65 lobster next to $22 pasta dishes. And here's the strange part. Almost nobody orders the lobster. That's not a failure, that's the plan. Behavioral economists call this the decoy effect. The $65 dish isn't there to be bought. It's there to make the $32 steak look reasonable by comparison. Remove the expensive decoy and suddenly customers start hesitating over that same $32 steak, because now it feels like the priciest thing on the table. Keep the decoy in, and that same dish feels like a smart, moderate choice. Nothing about the steak changed, only the framing around it did. This is the first hidden truth. Restaurants aren't just selling food, they're selling comparison. And comparison is something your brain does automatically, whether you want it to or not. Once you understand that, the rest of the menu starts to look different. Take the top right corner of the page. Eye-tracking studies on menu design have consistently found that diners' eyes land there first, before scanning left in a rough Z pattern. Restaurants know this. That's why the most profitable items, the ones with the highest margin, not necessarily the highest price, are often placed exactly there. You think you're browsing freely, you're actually being guided along a path someone else designed. Now think back to that missing dollar sign. Researchers at Cornell tested this exact idea and found that removing currency symbols from a menu led diners to spend noticeably more than diners looking at a menu with dollar signs present. The symbol itself seems to trigger a small flash of pain of paying, a real, measurable discomfort your brain associates with losing money. Take the symbol away, and the price becomes just a number, disconnected from the feeling of spending. 24 doesn't sting the way $24 does, even though they mean exactly the same thing. This is where it gets uncomfortable. If a symbol this small can change your behavior without you noticing, how much of what you thought was your own taste, your own hunger, your own choice, was actually a nudge you never saw coming? Menu descriptions work the same way. Compare chicken salad to line-caught, hand-tossed farmhouse chicken salad with locally sourced greens. Same dish, same kitchen, often the exact same ingredients. But studies on descriptive menu labeling have found that adding vivid sensory language to a dish increases how much diners are willing to pay for it, and increases how much they say they enjoyed it afterward. The taste in your mouth was partly created by the words on the page before the food ever arrived. This isn't unique to restaurants. It's the same psychological playbook Starbucks uses with its size names, the same one Apple uses when it prices a mid-tier iPhone between a basic and pro model to make the middle option feel like the obvious, sensible choice. Every industry that profits from your split-second decisions has learned the same lesson. People rarely choose in a vacuum. They choose relative to what's placed beside them, and this is where the twist arrives. You might assume the goal is simply to make you order the most expensive item on the menu. It isn't. The real goal is subtler, to make you feel good about spending more than you planned, so you leave happy, come back, and tell your friends. A restaurant that tricks you once loses you forever. A restaurant that makes overspending feel like a smart, self-directed choice keeps you as a customer for years. Or that's the deeper mechanism behind almost all consumer psychology, not just menus. The most effective persuasion doesn't feel like persuasion. It feels like your own judgment. The steakhouse doesn't need you to notice the decoy dish. It needs you to feel clever for skipping it and choosing the reasonable option instead, the one it wanted you to pick all along. Once you see this, you can't fully unsee it. The next menu you open, look for the item that seems oddly overpriced. Ask yourself why your eyes went to the top right first. Notice whether the price has a dollar sign or not. None of it will stop you from enjoying your meal, but it might stop you from believing every choice at that table was entirely your own. Money rarely disappears from your wallet because of one big mistake. It disappears in small decisions you didn't know were being shaped for you. One missing symbol, one perfectly placed decoy, one sentence of vivid description at a time. If this changed how you'll look at the next menu you open, you're already thinking like money fooled. What's one thing you always order that, looking back, you're now wondering if you were nudged into? Let us know in the comments.